Hey folks, what's up, Yeti? So it's about 8 o'clock at night, I believe, something like that. And my granddaughter just left. They came out here and visited. We didn't get to see them 4th of July, so they came out here. And we sat there and we were all talking, and I made a few bird points out of flakes off the ground here, just sitting here while we were all sitting around talking and whatever. And I gave a couple of them away after I made them. And anyways, that was fun. Got to visit with them and all that good stuff. And I was actually working on this piece right here of this a piece of oh good grief, Pedernales. Pedernales River Flint, and I was working on it, and I just done percussion work on it, just ready to start the indirect when they showed up. So actually I still haven't finished this, but I'm not going to finish this tonight. I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow. So, but I was looking out here at this, and this is a point that I was working on at some point, and I remember it was going to be a Clovis. And it started about this long, and I kept having failure after failure after failure after failure in this black Novaculite to run the flute. And I think the last time I started getting a pretty decent one here, and then nothing on this side. And anyways, it went in the bin, and it's been sitting there ever since. So I don't know. Thought I'd come out here and mess around with it. We're supposed to go home tomorrow. I'm actually thinking about just going home, packing all my orders, reloading the kiln, and well, it's full now. It's full of Novaculite, and it's got a bunch of stuff on there I need to list. Get my Novaculite back in stock, and also I had said that I was gonna put some Novaculite, different slabs on the website, and those slabs are sitting in the kiln right now. They're all done. They were done a couple days ago, but I need to get those listed too. But I'd like to spend a couple more days out here. I've been having more fun than a fella should have, probably. I don't know. Well, my monitor's all seized up. I don't know what is happening here, because I was doing just fine with things with this monitor. It was working just fine. I think it's trying to use the Wi-Fi off my wife's phone is what I think is happening here. Problem is, I'm afraid it'll be out of frame, because I can't see my phone when I'm doing this. But we're going to try and salvage this point. And I'll decide tomorrow. Either way, I'm going home to pack orders. So if you got orders, just know that my vacation is over tomorrow, or I'm going home tomorrow. But I may just go home and pack the orders I got and unload and load the kiln and come back out. My wife's not working right now, and we're having a great time doing nothing. Told her earlier, I said, "Is this what retirement's going to be like?" And she goes, "Yep." I said, "How do we make that happen faster or early?" She said, "It is already going to be early." We'll barring anything really changing, We'll both be 58 when we retire. We won't completely retire. I mean, I'm going to need something to do in the winter time. For sure. I don't know, I suppose I'll find plenty to do, but both of us figure we'll still be doing some work, but we would like to take off and spend our summers at least a couple months a year, if we can stay away from the grandbabies that long, out west with this motorhome parked next to a creek somewhere. That flake right there almost looks like a slab. It's not, but the way it broke off there. You have to be sure to get a flake in that. Right now I'm just trying to get rid of the kind of nap away some of the flutes that were in them. A while since I made any in bird points. That one's pretty tiny. Well, they're all really small, but that one is really tiny. I dropped it and I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to find it. This up here has got that thing right there. I was afraid if I pushed in on that they would make a stack there. And be my luck, the flake wouldn't travel underneath that little thing. We'll get around to it. I can get some blending flakes ran in here on this stuff to kind of well, you guys can't see nothing down there, can you? My monitor finally caught up. I looked down there and went, man, down there napping in the dark. Little nighttime napping session. Been kind of on a tear here lately. I think I've made 9 or 10 points out here, and I started I think it's 10. I think I started 10 and I finished 10. That's a pretty good run for me. Alright, I should resharpen this. You guys are probably getting tired of all my videos. You're like, I'm not gonna unfollow him. I don't get all these notifications. It's been fun. That's how I used to make videos when I very first started this channel. I'd be in the leather shop working, and all I could think about is I want to be out there napping and making a video. You know what's funny? I started to say it on another video, and then I forgot what I was saying in whatever conversation I was having with myself. Sometimes when I'm napping and stuff, even when I'm not videoing, I catch myself talking to myself. And then I remember I'm not videoing. I know it's bad. Jade look over at me like, who are you talking to? Anyways. Think about turning this into a black and white Dalton. I haven't napped a Dalton today. I did notch a deep notched Calf Creek today. And some other stuff. I don't even know what all I know. I napped the Calf Creek, and I need to try to get some flakes across that. This is still kind of bad. See, the problem is if I make a Dalton out of this, because this has already got this flute in there, I may not be able to get a recognizable flute running through this, and I still may not be able to, because this black was a little more crumbly, and that's how I ended up in the situation I'm in now, is because it was crumbly. Not terribly crumbly, but it just didn't want to flute. And part of that was probably my inexperience and stuff, but some materials just flute like crazy, and Novaculite's usually really good, and that's why you see Dennis Leach making these big giant 10-inch Cumberlands fluted to the tip, because it does flute really nice, but not every piece does. And this one most certainly didn't. I've done plenty of fluted Novaculite pieces that just shoot right off the end of all the way to the tip, you know. But this particular piece was having none of that. Be a shorty Dalton. I can definitely see me spending my days like this. Just hanging out, doing nothing. few more in right here if I can. Maybe one in right here. Y'all remember that commercial, Serve Pro, like it never even happened? They did the fire and water restoration. They had them commercials on everywhere. That's what I want out of this point. Like all those failed flutes never happened. That would be the plan. If I can finish it without breaking it, it will be a pretty point, I think. The base is really thin, like real thin. The whole point's already thin enough. For sure. Got a fat spot right here. That's better. That's definitely better. By the time I regularize it, it'd be perfect. It's actually not real easy to see in this lighting. Good grief, what happened to my symmetry? It's like napping by spotlight. The other problem with napping in the dark is I can't see my tools. I mean, I completely lost my symmetry somehow. What did I do? It was too wide anyways, the proportions were way off. I can see that white edge really well. The black edge, not so much. Symmetry's still off. Seeing optical illusions in the dark, or I think it's because the shadow keeps casting out here, and it's hard to get it. I think it's close now though. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can make it look like a somewhat of a Dalton anyways. What in the world do I got going on here? This thing's been sitting around the house for so long, you wouldn't even believe it. So win, lose, or draw, I'm glad it's finally getting something done to it. This side's the side that already has a flute ran up it, so Okay. I'm not expecting miracles here. Run the flute up in there though. Spread out a little wider than I expected it to go. That wasn't the plan. Get it that wide. I got a Dalton I need to make for somebody, but it's not going to be in the Novaculite. That one didn't do as well, but it did well enough. Now this is going to be the hard part, because seeing the... This is exactly why I didn't finish this one tonight. I'm going to wait for some daylight to do it. Because it's really hard to tell. With the shadows, the direction everything is turned, and to what degree. When I pick it up like this, I can see which way it's turned, but have to be okay on that. Now let's put on our base bevel. I'm actually a little higher on this than I might normally want to be. That ain't right. What am I doing here? Don't bevel it the wrong way, Danny. Yeah, something ain't right. I'm not seeing this or something. There's something not right with this one ear here. Something ain't right, but I can't see it in the dark. We're going to call this one the Spotlight Napping Challenge. We should make this a resharpened Dalton. Really need my other stick. Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, we're gonna make it resharp because I mean, I don't know. When they resharpen these, they beveled them. And they beveled them opposite of the base. So I just made a Dalton video. I'll flash up a picture of it. Get out here, bug. And I went over exactly how the base was done and basically why, I guess. So if you need more information, you can go see that video. So we got a bevel all the way across there, it's sharp. Actually gonna turn out to be a pretty doggone sweet Dalton, I think. Ooh, I got a bug biting me. Yeah, I think that's gonna, ow! Ant in my shoe. I got my short socks on. I was already ready to call it a night, and I said I was out here playing my flute actually. I said I'm gonna go out there and nap one more. I gotta talk to the park and tell them they need to spray around this campsite. Fire ants are just horrible. They do spray for them. Whenever they get bad. So there's our piece right there. I can't see it in the doggone screen. But that's our piece. I think you can see it. Let's see if it comes up. Yep, you sure can. Alright, so that's our piece. It's a pretty little Dalton, I'd say. I mean, they look better with the single flute going up the center, I think, but well, we were already dealing with some issues, but still, it's a pretty resharpened Dalton. I like it. I like it quite a bit, actually. So I appreciate y'all watching. I may not even be able to photograph this one until tomorrow, but came out pretty nice. Alright, appreciate y'all if you guys stuck through this flint napping and a spotlight flint napping. Appreciate y'all. We'll catch you on the next one tomorrow, hopefully, and one more coming tonight. I think it should be loaded, should be already loaded by now. So lots of videos, so you guys take your listen. Just put in some vacation time, sit back on the couch, got lots of videos coming. All right, appreciate y'all. Y'all keep napping.